My name is Robert Erickson. I'm the CEO of Inspired Health Group. We are a family practice or primary care practice in Western New York, in particular Orchard Park, New York. We are different in most regards in our practice because we incorporate mind, body, and spirit principles into our practice. And what I mean by that is we really take our clinical practice and the wellness side of things, and we combine that and make that into what we call total care practice. And it's been a very interesting road for us as we've gone through that process, but it's been something that we feel it makes us a little bit unique across the country in regards to the kind of care that we provide. We got involved with nutraMetrix approximately 3 to 4 years ago, and the writing was on the wall. People had come in on a multitude of occasions, and they'd come in with grocery bagfuls of supplements over the counter. There would be questions in regards to whether they should be taking X, Y, and Z products, and we really didn't have a really good answer for those people, and we were never trained as it related to supplementation. And the nutraMetrix line and the philosophy behind the company really set us apart, I think, in regards to being able to deal with those people and our patients coming through the door. And I think it puts us in a different position as it relates to continuing to deal with them on specifically a wellness perspective. So it's an exciting time for us. I always say the proof's in the pudding. People keep coming back for the products, and I think that says a lot. And when we talk to them when they've come in, they've been very happy with the product lines, and they've gotten better. So as it relates to especially the OPC3, as well as some of the other products, obviously we use a lot of the digestive enzymes, and some of the other products we are just excited to continue to use them, and people keep asking us for them. So I think from our perspective, that says it all. The training that we initially received in 2012 was the tip of the iceberg, and I know that it's changed dramatically over the last 5 years. And I think the medical profession in general has not been as receptive to looking at supplementation as a means to help patients in whatever conditions they are in, or whether they're even looking at it from a wellness perspective. I think that training opened my eyes, and it opened, I think, our practice's eyes in regards to knowing that there's alternative ways to be able to take a patient into a better better health or wellness perspective, into a better health or wellness perspective. I think a lot of times we negate that. It's not, I think physicians think that if we do this, that we're leaving the clinical aspects of care behind. And that's something that we emphasize, is we never leave the health components or the clinical aspects behind. But as we continue to expand one's wellness, the health gets better as well. And that's really a key. Well, it's easy to get the staff involved when they actually do it themselves, and they saw a lot of dramatic results by themselves. And then one of the things that we did was a lot of the staff actually did the teachings, and so we had group sessions once a week, and we'd have an initial introductory period where the patients would all come in and we'd introduce the program, and at one time we'd have 100 to 150 people in a room, and it was so well received, and we get people that have been a part of the program 3 and 4 years ago that are coming back for renewal types of education and processes as it relates to the TLS program. So for us, it's exciting. Obviously, over the time, as the nutraMetrix has increased and expanded their educational process, so we. And so that's important as we go forward, that there's that continued change, whether it be technological changes or just implementation and how we actually reach more people. When I first heard about nutraMetrix, obviously there's a reluctance up front. What am I getting involved in? How is this going to benefit our patients? And those, I think, are natural questions that providers would have, physicians would have. But I think that when you continually get asked questions that you don't have the answers to, then that's when you have to start expanding your mind and your horizons in a way that's going to be helpful to those patients. And so the nutraMetrix component and educational process came at a perfect time for us. And I think as time goes on, I think the medical community will be much more receptive in regards to dealing with nutraMetrix in general, whether it be the TLS program or some of the other products that they have in their armamentarium. I think there will be less reluctance, and I think the educational process is really going to be paramount to taking the profession over the top in regards to being able to deal with their patients in a different format. Again, not leaving the clinical aspects of care behind, but really expanding that to a way that will actually improve the wellness of our patients. I think that nutraMetrix is a great partner to have, and they've continued to be a partner over the last 4 years. We're excited to continue to be able to work with nutraMetrix and to deal with our patients in a very positive format. And as we go forward, we hope to broaden those horizons and expand the connectivity that we have with nutraMetrix. So this is our wellness center, and this is our director of wellness, Rich Moscatello. And why don't we take a walk through and see what it looks like?
So we try to set up the waiting room so it's a little bit less medically oriented, a little bit more kind of Zen-like. I think I heard someone say a little while ago. This is this is Christine, one of our nurses and wellness coaches here. This is our kind of team room where our practitioners come together to talk about patients and record visits, annual wellness visits. And if we follow Dr. Rob, we have a series of exam rooms that we conduct our annual wellness visits. And here's one right here. So again, try to keep them a little bit homier, not so sterile medically. And if you walk down this way, we have, you can step right in actually if you'd like. And here's our coaching room, and we have our nutritionists use this setup as well too to work with their clients from a nutrition standpoint. And if we head out the door here to the right and straight across, we have it's kind of our room that we're using for a little research data collection, and we have our in-body, and perhaps Dr. Rob had mentioned that, but we use that for body composition testing. And down the hall here, we'll come down and we'll meet Maria Weber, one of our nutritionists. And here's Maria Weber,
Hello.
one of our nutritionists. And here's the office that she sees clients in. Come on in. Maria can give you a little lowdown of her office.
Yeah, we like the visuals. Teaching people how to make some changes with healthy eating.
Alrighty, so this is the Glory Center. This is our spiritual part of the practice, and this is an area where patients can come in. Many times we have musicians here, and it's just an area that people can go through a meditative time period. We also have pastors and priests that come in on a regular basis that will actually be available for consultation with our patients. So this area is our women's health area, and we do anything from women's health to pediatric care, and we do that in our clinical area as well, but it tends to be a lot more specialized in this area, and I'll get to introduce you to one of our providers here. Oh, there she is. So this is Valerie.
Hi.
And Valerie is one of the PAs that reside here, and she provides awesome care, so we're happy to show you this area. So we do have our storage area for our nutraMetrix products. We have one upstairs and one downstairs. And then I wanted to show you one of the exam rooms that we do as well. All of our exam rooms are are really equipped with things like the TLS weight loss solution, targeting your health with nutraMetrix, and then planning for wellness. We have each one of our rooms is equipped with those posters, and we get a lot of questions based on those boards. So it's a pretty neat thing. So this is the clinical aspect, our acute care area, and this is the area that was really expanded the most recently, and as far as Inspired Health Group goes. So when people come in, obviously this is our waiting room, and they'll get situated here like in any other waiting room, and get introduced into the practice this way. So we'll just take a quick walk through. So this is our business area, and as you can see, everybody's on the phones, and I know that everybody's just happy as can be here. So. Our triage area, all the phone calls are coming through. Oh, and this area here is a very difficult area here. This is our business area. So. Yeah, right there, that's the troublemaker right there, that one right there. So this is Darren. Darren's another one of our providers here, one of our PAs, and he's excellent, and is very involved in the nutraMetrix lines and utilizing their products and helping our patients. So, there. And another triage area back here. And Josh is another provider with us. He's a PA, and recently joined us this past year in 2016, and more nursing staff and care management people. That's pretty much it.